What's up, guys? Today I'm doing sort of a miniature review of Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. This is a new vampire battle royale game on Steam Early Access right now and will eventually be coming to consoles later. I've played about 25 to 30-ish games of the solos, so I think I have a good handle on what this game's all about and what I like about it and what I don't. Honestly, what I really liked from the get-go is the movement. You can climb walls, jump really high. You can slide down pitched rooftops to gain speed and then kind of leap across streets and stuff to other buildings, which is just cool. It's really loose feeling, so it makes it a little hard to get used to at first, but it feels good after you kind of get the hang of it. It feels smooth and fast. Because of every character moving so fast, though, it does get pretty hard to be accurate when you first kind of start playing the game. I was terrible my first 4 or 5 games, and then I started getting a little better. But, people can jump super high, they can throw a ghost and teleport to its location, they can vanish and, get a little speed boost and pop up somewhere else. So the combat pacing is really fast when you're in a fight, and you just need to get used to it. But once you do, it's still chaotic, but it's fun, and it's not terribly hard to get a hold of. I am new to mouse and keyboard in general, so learning to aim with them is hard enough, let alone doing it on such a fast game like this. But this is the kind of game where the people who are really accurate with a mouse and keyboard are going to dominate, because the way that people fight in this game, you'll see in the video, most people who are good are jumping around, climbing, bouncing off walls while they're shooting you and maintaining their accuracy. And that is the biggest skill thing when it comes to this game, is how accurate can you be while you're trying to dodge other people's shots, and how well are you going to use your abilities and stuff. Right there, I used my little speed boost cloaking thing to just get right behind this person and just melted them. That ability is with the Prowler class, which is going to be the vast majority of this footage, because that's kind of the only one that I'm used to and good with. But there are 3 clans with 2 different archetypes in each clan. And each clan has a clan ability, and then each archetype within the clan has a unique passive ability and a special ability. All the characters can be customized with different clothes, tattoos, piercings, and all that stuff. One interesting aspect of the game is that you can feed on humans, and depending on their blood, it gives you a different upgrade during the match. You can either get increased melee damage, reduce the cooldowns on your abilities, which is crucial, or regenerate a small amount of health per second, but it's so small it's really not even worth going for those humans most of the time, in my opinion. You only have a certain amount of slots you can get the upgrades with, but you can open up more slots if you execute other players by going up and doing the execution to them while they're downed. However, you have to be careful when you're feeding on humans, because if another human sees you feeding on one, you will be exposed to everybody in the area through the walls for a whole minute. 60 seconds in a battle royale game, everybody can see you through the walls. It's a little much. I think they should knock it down to 30 seconds, to be quite honest, because the vision cones on these citizens aren't always consistent. Sometimes you'll be standing right next to somebody and they won't see you feed on someone standing literally 1 step away from them, and other times they'll see you across the street and stuff. So down on the street is where you're going to find a lot of the body armor and healing items and all the humans that you can harvest, but up on the rooftops is where the bulk of the action happens. Now, you're really exposed on the rooftops, and you just got to be aware of your surroundings when you're running around, because odds are someone is hiding and tracking you. And if you're gonna try to go attack somebody, you want to make sure you can try to finish them off quick, because the third partying in this game is insane, like any other BR. But because people can move so fast, they will just converge on you, like flies on shit, and they do not mind you and your opponent fighting each other until you're both weak and then just coming in and finishing you off. The thing I dislike most about the combat so far is the melee weapons. This guy tries to hit me with a sword here, and I just doo-doo on his bald head because he can't hit me. The hitboxes on the melee weapons are terrible. They're not good, and you don't even get a speed boost or anything like that when you have a melee weapon out, so people can be just as fast as you with a gun, and they'll just run from you and spray and run and spray. And, you know, it's just not worth it to try to use the melee weapons, in my opinion. The combat is just too chaotic, people move too fast, and it's too hard to track them and hit them with a melee weapon with this type of movement. So I think they need to do something with that. Maybe give you a speed boost or something to make the melee weapons a little bit more viable, because every time people use them on me, I doo-doo on them, and every time I try to use them on people, I look like a blind person trying to swat a fly or something. Now, with all that being said, I do enjoy this game. I'll usually play, you know, 5 or 6 games at a time before I get off, but that's kind of partially because the servers are a little wacky right now just because it's early access. They can get a little laggy, and the load times to get into a match are not the greatest. You know, it's at least a few minutes between matches, which really can break things up and just make you want to go play something else sometimes. But all in all, the game is fun. It's really twitchy. You got to get used to it, but once you do, it's really enjoyable. And I think once it comes to console and more people have a chance to play it, I think there will be a much bigger crowd around it because of how different it is from other BR games, with, you know, the movement and harvesting the humans and the powers and all that stuff. However, if it's cross-play, the PC players are going to absolutely dominate the console players because it's just too twitchy. It's too much jumping and aiming at the same time. It's too much, you know, tiny little precise movements of the analog stick, trying to control it. You know, I just imagine this game being so hard on console, and that's coming from a person who played on console for over 15 years before switching to PC. I mean, I played with a controller since I was like 5 years old. So I don't know how they'll handle that. Maybe an aim assist will help or something, but we'll see. Either way, though, I think if you have a PC right now, this game is worth giving it a shot. It's gonna feel weird at first, but just give it a few games, and I think you'll like it. I've only done the solos so far. There is a trios mode that I'm gonna try out soon. I can definitely see the trios getting super chaotic, but it could be fun, so who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, and go give this game a shot.